Hi, my name is Anne. You're at LIV Stables today. I'm going to take you for a walkthrough so you can see what it's like to bring your horse here. We're going to have a walkthrough of the barn. I'm going to show you the stalls and the features they have. All of our stalls are 12 by 12. They're nice and open and airy, but yet have a solid panel so that there's no fighting when they're eating. We've got windows in each stall, good ventilation. The flooring you can see is soft stall. So it's really nice relaxation on the horses when they're standing or sleeping. We've got the shavings that are cleaned every day with a stall sifter, so they're always super clean. Double water buckets and hay in the corner. In each stall we do have cameras so we can monitor the horses. I can check in on them from my phone if I'm at work or late at night, just to make sure that everybody is happy and healthy. Each stall has a blanket rack, so we can store, the seasonal blanket here, so it's ready for the next day. Also, if there's any additional halters, fly spray, fly masks, and fly boots. This is where we'll keep them. Each horse will be dressed in its fly mask and fly boots if it needs it every day. In the morning, they're put on, they come off at turn-in, and then the fly spray is applied in the morning, quick spritz before they go out. Here we're gonna look at our overnight paddock. So this is a dry lot, so it's safe for horses that can't be out on grass and have high sugar. We've got some nice shade. The ground's been graded, so when it rains, everything drains out to the pond through the forest. And then we've dug up all of the topsoil in the low part here and replaced it with screenings, so it's a mud-free paddock. Just want to head out here. I can show you each paddock that we have is equipped with an automatic waterer. So that means in the summer we don't have to fight with the algae and the larvae. So the horses come up, they learn pretty quickly. They just press down on the tab and the water comes up. They always get fresh, clean, cool drinking water, even in the winter, because the line is under the frost line. And the water that they don't drink just drains back down. So in here you'll see at the back we've got hanging racks. So each horse gets a rack. Right now we've got some fly sheets and some rain sheets that are getting ready for fall when the cooler weather comes. This is our shake sifter that we use to muck the stalls with. This is how the stalls get so clean. We have 12 stalls. We have 6 stalls in this section, another 6 in the original barn. They're all 12 by 12. They all have a window. They're all open with the privacy feeding wall. This barn down here has some strategically placed fans to help the airflow. Here, these are our tack-up stalls. So when you bring your horse out from the stall, you can bring it in here. There's cross ties. You can put your brushes, grooming tools on the cabinet or store it away underneath when you're out riding. Here I'm going to show you the hay room. This is where we store some of the hay that we drop down for the day. Hay bags that are prepped for night check, just ready to be hung. We've got the nice hay at the back here. So this is hay that we source locally. It's beautiful, beautiful quality Timothy alfalfa blend. And then this is a scale that we use to help fill the hay bags. This room also serves as an overflow for some of the special bedding in the bags. And then the straw is for the outdoor horses during the winter. Keep them cozy. So after a nice workout, horses on a hot day need a little cool off, so Katie's gonna put Dev in the wash stall and give him a nice rinse. So the wash stall is always open and available. We've got hot and cold water year-round. Katie now is using a squeegee to get all the extra water off so he doesn't feel like he has flies under his belly as the water drips. Here we have our staff wash stall. This keeps all of the cleaning of the water buckets and the feed buckets out of the wash stall for the boarders. So you can see we use the rubber buckets for feeding, so they're rinsed out after each use and set here to dry. In some cases, the horses like to paw at their food and spill it everywhere, so we would then okay. Let me just go back a second here. In the case that the horse would rather eat out of a bucket on the wall because it would prefer to spill and mix its food in with the shavings, we would choose a bucket like this and put the grain, and then we've got hooks in various stalls that the bucket can then be hung from the wall, and then the horse gets to eat all of its dinner. Also in this area we've got a nice sink, so you can wash your tack or wash your hands or whatever you want to do after you ride. We've got 3 drains in various areas, so we've got the wet vac behind you there to keep the drains clean. This is our overflow feed room. So it's where we keep our grain cart. So when it's feeding time, this cart just rolls out, and then the girls are able to mix dinner and add water. All the feeds are soaked before we give them to the horses and stirred to get the supplements mixed in properly. Each horse will have a bucket with its name on, so it's really easy to make sure the horse gets what it's supposed to be getting each and every time. And then we've got overflow, so when we order our grains, we want to make sure we always have enough so we don't have to do last-minute trips to the feed store. So we keep a good stockpile in here, and then we've also got our fridge. Keep medication or cool drinks, freezer with lots of rooms for your ice packs, whether it's for after a ride to cool you down or for your horse's legs. Now we're into the original section of the barn. We've completely gutted the barn, put new stalls in, new trim on the windows. We've got the fans in here to help with airflow, but you'll see it's very much the same as the new barn. The stalls are still the 12 by 12. They're still the soft stalls, bedded exactly the same. We can put salt licks up if the horse needs free choice salt. I'm just going to show you the feed room where most of the magic happens during the day. Staff will come in here. All of our cleaning supplies are available to them. Any buckets, sponges, rags that they need, Windex, Lysol, you name it, we have it. So included in board is one of the 3 choices that we have to offer. We have an all-phase 20, which is great for your easy keepers or horses that maybe need a bit of a diet. We've got our Podium Cool Energy, which is like a high-fat, high-fiber, good for hard-working horses or thoroughbreds. And then I have a senior that is from our local supplier. We can also feed, if you supply rice bran or hay cubes or beet pulp, we're more than happy to do that for you as well. Here on the board, you can see how we organize our feeding. So we have each horse on the left, and then what they require on the top with just notes all the way through. Over here, we just keep a chart of medications for horses, and then any notes that need adjusting. So sometimes the owners want new fly boots put on, or something new fed. So that's where any changes would happen here, just to make sure that everything is communicated with the staff so we can ensure that it's applied. And then keep everybody happy. So here we have our supplements for the horses. So if the horse requires more than one supplement, we ask owners put them in containers. So here there might be 3 or 4 different things. It just makes it more efficient for the staff to be able to just empty the one container into the grain for the horse for the day. Through this door is our tack room. So each horse has a locker. One of the downsides of expanding during COVID is a backlog on IKEA doors. But as soon as they're available, we'll get them up. But you can see there's lots of storage. Some lockers have a double saddle rack, others only have the one. But we've got lots of storage, drawer that pulls out, up top that flips up. You can keep saddle pads or just overflow of brushes or medications or whatever you'd like. This room is heated in the winter, so it does keep it a nice temperature. We've got the 2 windows and the 2 doors, so we do get a nice cross breeze, which helps to keep it cool in the summer as well. Here is our indoor arena, just a short couple of steps from the barn. We've got beautiful footing. It's footing first. It's from the Royal a couple of years ago, actually. So it's absolutely like a cloud to ride on. It's completely dust-free, no water needed. You can come in here any time of the year and you don't have to worry about it being too hard or too soft. It's super easy to harrow and keep maintained. We also do have a couple of standards and poles available for you to use. We just ask if you set them up just to please kindly take them down after you're done. We like to keep a nice, clean, clutter-free arena. We don't have standing jumps in here on a daily basis. We have, a lot of pleasure riders and dressage riders, so we value our open space. This arena is just a little bit bigger than a small dressage ring to give you an idea of how big it is. But it's absolutely wonderful to ride in. Keeps you out of the sun too, although it's a little bit hot in the summer. So here we've got some of our all-weather paddocks. Again, they all have the automatic waters, the drinking post. They've all got at least one hay optimizer where we generally keep them full for the day. The all-weather paddocks, again, are typically gravel, so we've gone along and we've taken out about 2 feet of topsoil and replaced it with gravel and then graded everything so the water drains. So here we have our grass paddocks. We keep the horses in small groups and then rotate them through as they eat it down. And the horses get out to grass, when it's not the wet season, so that would be spring and then late fall. We can put them out, once the ground is frozen or, during the growth season. So we've got 4 larger paddocks that we rotate through, 2 smaller ones, good for an individual horse or a group of 2. And again, all the paddocks out here have the automatic watering posts. Again, so the horses can always get, that cool drink. We don't have to worry that we're gonna run out, and they're really easy to use. The horses figure them out really quick. Okay, we're heading out into the outdoor sand ring. We had our contractor come in and completely strip all the topsoil, replace it with screenings, drain the land, so then when it does rain, it drains beautifully. We don't have to wait for days to be able to ride on it. And then we've got a beautiful sand mix with fiber.